Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Note Closer Show. As always, I'm your host, Scott Carson. Excited to be here with you today. I first of all want to thank all of our listeners, all the people that watch us on Facebook, all the people that listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. Just want to give a big shout out to you. Those also that watch the replays on YouTube or Vimeo.com, or those also that join us on the website, our website, weclosenotes.com, and watch the episodes there. I first and foremost just want to say thank you to all of you. It has been an interesting ride these last 11 months as we just surpassed the 11-month episode of actually having the live podcast. And we're well on our way to almost 2 years of actually having the Note Closer Show either through Facebook Live or the podcast. So big kudos to all of you, all our listeners, all of our extended Note Nation family out there. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for listening. And today's topic is all about the 5%, the little extra 5% that people do. And this kind of comes from, especially the last few weeks as I've traveled and went to Podcast Movement and have gone and talked with other people. And I have people that come up to me all the time. They're like, man, you're just killing it. You're doing an amazing job on the website, on your email blasts, on your social media, on the podcast. Because that was one of the things that I've noticed as I was talking to people. People have been doing stuff for a year or 2 years or 3 years or waiting to get started. And it's just mind-boggling the little things that they do. It's like people, and I know this is most everybody's philosophy, doing the minimum. Just try to get by with a minimum. All right. And you've heard me say before, delivered is better than perfect. I'm the first one to say that out there. I will agree with that. Delivered hashtag is better than perfect. All right. That's a big thing. Good afternoon, y'all. Hi, Laura. Good to see you as well. Thing I want to share with you is as I've been out talking to people, and I'm part of different groups online. I think we all are part of different Facebook or social media or LinkedIn or networking groups, or as I've been asked to speak at some places recently, and I've been very honored. I was just asked to speak, to be an icon at a new digital media thing here in Austin in September, which I'm honored to be one of the key speakers on podcasting, which is kind of cracking me up. But our numbers don't lie. Our proof is in the pudding, I guess you could say. But the number one thing that I think that separates us from most people out there wanting to find success is, well, there's probably two things, but one is the consistency, that we just show up every day. For the most part, we show up and show up and show up and show up. Eventually, I'm going to wear you down. All right. But the second thing that I want to talk about today is the 5% extra. The 5% extra that you could be doing out there. And by 5% extra, I don't mean a ton of extra stuff. Hey, Brooke Dean, good to see you. Afternoon. People joining in. And if you're loving this, great. Let me know you're here. We're glad to give you a shout out. But the 5% extra is not a lot. We're talking, if you think of 5% extra in an hour, how much is that? How much extra is 5% in an hour? You got 60 minutes. That's basically a minute and a half, right? If my math is right. 60 times 0.05. I can figure that number here real fast for you. 60 minutes, 60 times 0.05. It's 3 minutes. Sorry, 3 minutes. And 3 minutes times 24 hours in a day is 72 minutes. An extra hour and 12 minutes a day, right? Or if you figure out that you're going to sleep probably 8 of those. So 3 minutes times 16 hours is 48 minutes. So, hi, Fernando. Good to see you, buddy, as well. The thing to keep in mind is that extra 5%, 3 minutes may not seem like a lot, but if you add that up throughout the day and you're doing one more little productive thing, one more share, one more little post, it has gotten easier in this world to literally do extra. It used to be harder when we didn't have all the social media and you had to write letters or get on a car and drive down to the place, stand in line for an hour to get something, or to get out of the car, pick up the phone and call somebody, trying, one-on-one, or send yellow letters. That's not the case with businesses today. That's not the case today. 5% is not that difficult to do. 5% is sharing the video somewhere else. It took me less than 3 minutes yesterday during a training video I was doing to take my video and literally share it to a site to get it transcribed, that today that it showed up, that 35 minutes of content is now in my inbox, ready for me to share that on the written mode, versus me going to have to transcribe it. 5% is all that I really do extra than anybody else. But that 5%, it compounds 5%, 5%, 5%. So that if I start doing it, that 5% compounds, all right? That 5% compounds dramatically, that I hit more audience. And a lot of people, I talk to people, like I saw a part of one thing, like, oh, how do I get more investors? Or how do I get more people to look at my deals? Or how do I get more people to listen to me? Do a little bit more. We are such in a spoiled state where we're just going to do something, sit here and expect people to show up. People don't have you can't expect people to show up. You got to go out and carve it. This is in society, it's a game of inches. And 5% more is an inch. It's just a little bit extra that you do. A little bit extra. One more share to Facebook, or one more share to a group, or one more share to LinkedIn or to Pinterest. There's a lot more that we could be doing. And I shudder to think at all the things that we do already, different than everybody else, that other people should do. But what I'm trying to tell you guys and gals, it's not difficult. I'm not trying to tell you that, hey, I'm a guru, because I'm not. I am simply a person that sees the opportunities in sharing a little bit more about what we do. Sharing that little extra 5% goes a lot further. Sharing it, the ability to share it to a different website, or share it because my time is valuable. If I can squeeze an extra 5% out of my day, at the end of 30 days, that's like an extra day. That's an extra day. Figured about that. Because 5% times 30 days is 150%. That's a day and a half. I just got extra out of my month compared to most people. And so today's topic, like I said, we're very thankful of our listeners. We're thankful of all the people that watch us, the people that come across us. They come across us because we continue to give a little bit extra. We continue to share it in other places, whereas some people just expect to record it and then throw it up on iTunes or podcast or a video and just show it up there. And like I said, and that's not the case. That's not the case at all. And I have to give a big shout out to Stephanie, obviously Stephanie Goodman, VP of Operations here. She's got her Fur Babies podcast. So she did an episode, 3 months ago, and then just fell off the cliff. And then we did another one this last Sunday night, I believe it was, and she got like close to 800 views. And then she went out and shared it in different places, got more views from it. She's like, oh my God, how'd this happen? I'm like, it's not rocket science. The fact that you actually just recorded it to video versus recording it on a video and then just throwing it up on YouTube is a big world of difference. Hitting that one little button of sharing it to Facebook, that's the 5% extra that can separate you from everybody else. That's the 5% difference that allows you to peak up and get seen by an audience, to separate yourself from the crowd. That extra email you send out to your audience on a monthly basis, or on a weekly basis versus a monthly basis, is a little bit extra. It allows you to pop up and let your audience see you. That extra little email you send to asset managers twice a month versus once a month gets you seen by everybody else. Okay. That little networking event that you go to and network and get up and raise your hand and say something and separate yourself from the crowd. That's the extra 5% I'm talking about. That's the extra 5% that we talk about. And so many of us won't even give 100%. Some of us won't even go out and give 101%. All right. If you think about it, one of my favorite quotes out there in movies is Al Pacino's quote from Any Given Sunday. As we have the NFL coming up, and tonight is the kickoff of the Hall of Fame game. You have the what do you have? You have the Ravens versus the Bears tonight, right? And it's a game that really doesn't matter. You got 4 preseason games followed by 16 regular season games. In the next 20 weeks, more people will shut down on their business on Monday. Well, first of all, on Sunday, you think your Thursday night college football or Thursday night NFL, Saturday night college football, Thursday night college football, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. That's basically 5 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days that people will then spend towards something that's not going to add anything to their bottom line. Okay? Now, get me wrong. I'm a huge football fan. I love football. I'll probably play in one fantasy league on ESPN that'll give me 5 minutes a day to take my mind off a little bit. But it's those, if you choosing to do things with your time, that extra 5% is those little inches. And I don't know what to really say. I'm just going to quote this. I don't know what to really say. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we come together, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're all in a hell of a fight right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here and get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of the hell one inch at a time. And that's the first part of the speech. And it talks to me, if you guys are struggling, if you're having a hard time getting things done, don't give up. Get together. Start working with people in your industry. Start networking. Go out and find an accountability partner to start taking back what you want in your life, inch by inch, day by day, minute by minute. Second part of it. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around and see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who has ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. That's the part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out what life is just a game of inches. So is football. The margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 step too late or too early, you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow or too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us to pieces for that. I mean, on this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone around us to pieces for that inch. We claw our fingernails for that inch because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the effing difference between winning and losing, between living and dying, being normal or being successful, as I like to add to that. I'll tell you this. In any fight is the guy who is willing to die, who is willing to go that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it is because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch, because that is what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you, look into his eyes. And I think you are going to see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same thing for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team or we die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what you going to do? Now, I love that speech. It gets me just absolutely pumped up. Oliver Stone, his take on the NFL. I think you had the right person with Al Pacino delivering that speech, but that's the thing that just gets me my blood pumping. And I look at everybody out there, and I see people struggling. I see people doing things, or see people posting things, or people not being coachable, and it's just they're losing by inches. Okay, they're losing by inches, just refusing to do the thing because of false evidence appearing real, of fear. The fear, I don't know. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. Well, yeah, whether you think you can or can't, you're correct, as Henry Ford would say. But like when you see people, you take that little extra step and you get outside your comfort zone and you try something new and you realize, oh, that wasn't difficult, or you should get better at it as you do. Oh, that was good. I'll get better next time. I'll get better next time. That little extra 5%, those little inches over time is the difference between and uh-huh. Those little inches are between, okay, it's done, and wow. Because wow doesn't happen overnight. Wow happens a little bit each every day, a little bit each every day. And you look back at the end of the month and you've got an extra day and a half on everybody else. And you look at 2 months goes by and you've got 3 days worth of more stuff ahead of time. And you start pulling away from your competition. You start going the difference. And then you know what's going to happen? The people that you surround yourselves begin with are going to look at you like, what are you doing? Why are you doing so much better? Or they'll start talking smack. Or oh, you're too good for us. No, I'm not too good for you. I just want to do a little bit extra. I want to fight for my dreams. I want to determine where I vacation, determine what I do for my life, my family, my friends, not let somebody else determine my value. And we were very, very proud to have Dan Deppen on yesterday, fusionnotes.com, talking about how he left his job. And just yesterday was his first day as a true full-time note investor, and he's got a plan because he's done the little inches along the way the last year and a half, the little inches each day to learn something, to apply something, to hone his craft. And that's what separates successful people from those that are still running in the pack. A lot of people are scared to stick their nose up or stick their head up because they're afraid somebody's going to whack it. Well, you know what? Somebody's not going to whack it. Somebody may just pay attention to you and run with it. Okay. And I'm not trying to preach today. It's just that, that movie popped up in my head. I'll probably see it tonight. It's one of those things. I haven't watched it in a while, but I always think about the NFL coming out, and they were doing a special on Al Pacino on some TV show the other night when we were traveling, and it popped up with that, and there was just a flash image of him in that movie, and it stuck with me. And that's one of the movie lines, movie speeches that sticks in my head that drives me. It's a little bit of inches. And so today, to this week, this month, I know it's easy to get sucked into watching football because that's a fan of it and having season tickets. And I have nothing against that. If I was in town more often, I'd have season tickets to the Longhorns. Okay. I would definitely have season tickets to the Longhorns. All right. But I don't, because I decide I'm going to do something a little bit different with my family. I'm going to do a little bit something to take myself to that next level. And it's not the fact is that, oh, you're always away, you don't have friends. No, it's the fact that I just choose to live a different life. I choose to hold myself to a higher level. And I challenge you all, listening out there, you're watching, whatever it is you're doing out there, if you're not happy with where you're at, it's because, A, you're probably not reaching for those extra inches. And maybe, you know what you got to do? Maybe you got to stop listening to me. I know, it's scary to say that, but I had to do that with Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, because I had to put those guys away and start spending that 5% of time, that extra hour each day on my business to make things better. So any questions or comments out there from people in our Facebook audience out there? Once again, if you're listening to this, thank you so much. I would really appreciate if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment on iTunes, a review. Would really, really appreciate that. We are just want people to do some amazing things. We want people to go out there and take their life to a whole nother level, to do big things. And I got word today from somebody that used to be really close to us, and just the fact that they've had some very good opportunities along the way, and they have burned bridge after bridge after bridge after bridge. And it's unfortunate because when you see somebody and you want them to be successful, you do everything in your power to try to help them be successful, and they just flop. I don't know why, but they just flop based on their unactions. They talk a big game and don't do anything. It just is frustrating. It's scary that somebody that has just the amount of success or opportunities available to them, and then they just don't take action. It's sad. It's downright depressing sometimes. But the thing I look at too is, if you have people out there that just don't get what you're doing, hey, it's all right. It's sometimes, as they say, if you love somebody, you got to let them go. Let them go and go do it. And trust me, what will eventually happen is those out there will come back to you, because they'll grow to see that you're dedicated. You're not obsessed, but maybe are a little bit like I am. You want nothing but success for you. You want nothing but good things to happen, and you're working your butt off to make it happen for you. And until somebody walks a mile in your shoes, they can't really tell you what to do. But I will tell you this, that if you surround yourself with good people and mentors or good accountability partners, not yes men or yes women, but people that really want you to succeed, they'll share with you. They'll help you overcome obstacles. And I'm very honored. Like I said, I was asked to speak at a 3-day conference here in Austin, the 11th, 12th, and 13th, the New Media Ventures, I think is what it is, as an icon. He reached out to me. I'm like, I don't know if I'm an icon. We just do a little bit of extra. We do that 5% extra. That's what makes us good, and we continue to do that. So I want to challenge you, that 5% extra, 3 minutes an hour. That's less than a coffee break, less than a piss break, okay? Or 48 minutes total. Take an hour, turn off the TV, turn off the social media, focus on your business, whether it's marketing. You're going to do a video training. You're going to do something about a deal case study. You're going to write an email out to asset managers. You're going to write an email to your investors. Take that 48, 72 minutes, that extra 5% of your day, and do something big. And if you do that consistently enough, you'll find success. you'll find some opportunities to make things happen. Hey, hello, Rosie Pendleton. Good to see you, our friend from across the pond. Look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks out there. Guys and gals, success is available to you if you just do the 5%. That's maybe just sharing extra across the board. I have to give a big shout out to Rosie. Sorry, not Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Shannon, our marketing intern who goes full-time in September with us. We're so pleased to have her full-time. I have to give a shout out, not quite yet, to our asset manager who's starting full-time next week with us on some things. We are just very blessed, but we're excited to have Rosie Pendleton actually doing some stuff for us remotely as well here in the next few weeks as well. There's a lot of great things going on, guys, and the only reason it's a lot of good things are going on for me is that we just do a little bit extra than other people. And so I challenge all of you. You don't have to compete against me, but compete against yourself. It's like the whole thing. If you run a 8-minute mile, try to run it 7:55 or 7:50. Just be competitive with yourself. That's the best thing I can tell you. Be competitive with yourself and be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm doing a little bit extra each day to make things happen. Hey, Chris Bowles. Chris, you got to get you a profile photo, bud. We got to get you a photo on your Facebook page, man. A profile photo there. Look at the ghost. So, all right. That's all I've got today. This is kind of a shorter episode, 20, 21 minutes. Just kind of wanted to come and share with you guys. Had a little bit with Thomas Nee, my trainer here in the gym, working out 12 to 1 each day. And before I run and grab lunch, I just wanted to share a little bit what was on my mind with you guys for everybody out there. 5%, just a little bit extra each day. 5% is not asking too much, but 5% each day goes a long way when you becomes a habit. You actually squeeze more out of your days, out of your weeks, out of your months than your competition or the people that you're in the same crowd with. So stand out for the crowd, give 105%, not just 100%. And that's all I've got for you guys. Go out, be happy, go make something happen, and we'll see you all at the top, everybody. Bye.